When I was a minor, I skipped school and went off to the pub for a day. I looked older than the other kids, so I was able to always sneak in. Apparently, one of the teachers was doing the same thing and caught me. He literally said, "You didn't see me, I didn't see you." A woman with a salad walked past me in the restaurant and said, "You know a cow died so you could eat that beef burger." I said if you weren't eating its food, it might have lived. You'd think he'd be better at telling fake stories. Ted, this past week I heard from an FBI agent who pulled me aside, big strong man with tears in his eyes, and said there are so many of us who are so upset about what's happened to the FBI that it's been turned political. Odd how he sounds just like Ted. I found out where the boy I liked in year 8 lived and found him on Google Earth, and through the window I could see his parents arguing, so I posted on my story that I'm here for everyone with parents who argue, and he swiped up and said, "You don't know what it's like, don't post about it." So I punched myself until I had a black eye and sent him a photo saying, "I tried to stop my parents and this happened." Then we started talking but broke because I gave him HIV. Okay. And then Jesus rose back from the dead and clapped. Just went to the store with my hoodie that spells atheism in periodic table letters. The clerk said that's an offensive thing to wear. I simply asked why, and he couldn't come up with an answer. Then he said that their customers are religious. I said, "You mean the people who have a corpse nailed to a torture device hanging from a chain around their necks? They find a word on my shirt offensive? Why would I care?" He just stood there with his mouth wide open as he handed me my change. I thanked him and walked out. Seeing the number of people who like these posts and think they're real are just, they're living in a fantasy land. When people tell me their anxiety is bad, but in 5th grade I staged a robbery in my room that even fooled the police because I couldn't find my iPad and didn't have the heart to tell anyone. What? Not to brag or anything, but my kids and I were at the mall today, and a man walked up to me and introduced himself as a recruiter for a modeling agency. He was interested in Leia and signed her up on the spot. He even went to upper-end stores and borrowed some outfits and accessories and did a photo shoot at no cost. When Leia went to return the borrowed clothes, the employees told her she could keep everything and to keep inspiring young women to go after their dreams. Other shoppers in the store came up to her and offered to buy her more things to help boost her career and confidence. Now to figure out where to put all the clothes and accessories she got, lol. So guys, be on the lookout for Leia to be in some magazines and even commercials real soon. Now I have to celebrate with some ice cream, don't want the other girls to feel left out. Today, after a 72-hour shift at the fire station, a woman ran up to me at the grocery store and gave me a hug. When I tensed up, she realized I didn't recognize her. She let go with tears of joy in her eyes and the most sincere smile and said, "On 9/11/2001, you carried me out of the World Trade Center." Finding an entire sperm in your mouth. What? So today in lab, we swabbed inside her mouth to see bacteria under a microscope, and a girl had a whole live sperm in her microscope slide. That one time I turned on his location, found that he was at a strip club. I went there and told the strippers they helped me get ready to be next on stage. Right. At, I assume, Starbucks, I placed my order with a new barista. She is struggling and not having the best day, it seems. She makes drink, messes up, needs help, MGR sighs and helps, looks at cup, reads name reluctantly with a smirk. Deadpool? Me, made you smile, everyone waiting laughs. Thank you. She, sir, if you're not in a rush, can I try and make it again real fast? Me, everyone cool with that? Yeah, sip, extra shot of smiles, go make someone's day, doesn't take much. What? My blind friend was told by a group of people that he needs to die because he is white. Think about this for a moment, and yes, it's a true story, happened earlier today. Right. Forgot I changed the autocorrect in my friend's phone when I was drunk last night, and I think it's safe to say her Uber passenger rating is gonna go down. Phrase, yes daddy I do, shortcut yes. Pulling up, black Honda Civic, do you still want ride? Yes, daddy, I do. I meant yes, daddy, I do. Yes, daddy, I do. I am married. That is funny, though. Even if it's fake, it's funny. Made it through all the checkpoints without noticing the wrong picture. Tried to use the Shutterfly mobile app to design my Christmas cards. Selected the wrong photo from my camera roll, so now I have 90 of these. My ex's new girlfriend broke up with him. She's like, if you can leave a girl who's hot as her, then I don't trust you or your fake promises. Checking to make sure my boyfriend really has ADHD and isn't just using it as a way to get out of folding laundry. I remember when I came home after my BF with ADHD was supposed to do the laundry, and I found him playing 4 games on 4 consoles at the same time. I was in the grocery store today and this elderly lady passed out in the aisle. The girl with her said that her grandma was a diabetic and that her sugar was probably low. I asked if she had something to check it with and she dug through grandma's purse and found a little meter, finger prick thing. Sure enough, her numbers were low. I jumped into action and frantically started digging in the purse for some insulin and found some and gave grandma a shot in her belly, and just like that she came to and thanked me. Other people in the aisle started thanking me too. It felt good to be needed. No, you forgot the part where everyone claps though, right? Everyone clapped, right? My mom told me to stop vaping in the house, and my dad just texted me this. They are conspiring against us. Vapors rule. Stay strong. Update. Dad, this is the Vape Lord. Puff and blow at mom. I am your father. OMFG, I literally know this person and their mom is alive and well for sake. My mom passed away last weekend. I emailed my professors to ask for a 24-hour extension. Professor number 1 only gave me an extra 12 hours. Professor number 2 told me to do the assignments for the week when I could and asked if I wanted to share my favorite memories of her instead. Be like Professor number 2. And don't be like this person. Blank said she gets hit on everywhere she goes, with men asking for her number even when she's shopping for toys for her kids. One thing that Jackson does that makes me so incredibly proud of him is wherever we are, if he sees a veteran, he makes a point to shake their hand and thank them for their service. He does this without me even pointing someone out or telling him to thank them. If he sees them wearing a veteran hat, he will ask what it says. He's still learning to read, lol. And then he goes to them and thanks them. Cool. No one asked. When a 60-year-old lady sitting next to you on the plane says, "Hey, I love your LinkedIn content," I was baffled. Guys, one message. Don't delay it any longer. Start posting today. LinkedIn's worth it. Okay, bye. P.S. If you don't start posting, you're a grandma hater. Oh, this guy's like posting on LinkedIn like it's social media. That is so... What a loser. On my flight today, I woke up from a nap and an attendant was walking down the aisle holding a pug, saying, "We found this pug. Whose pug is this?" And for 3 hours, we all just took turns holding the mystery pug until a very stoned man in the last row woke up and was like, "Rochot?" I was doing prayers with my oldest tonight, and he literally left me choking back tears. "Sometimes when I'm feeling anxious, God touches me," he said. "What do you mean, bud?" I asked. "Not like with his hand, it's different. He touches me in my heart." He's 4 years old. So you're lying. Is this Watch Dogs? A guy whistled at me at the gym. 30 minutes later, I saw him going to the treadmill, used my phone to hack it, and set it to 50 miles per hour. He fell on his ass and the owner gave me a free 12-month subscription. Yeah, how the did you hack into a treadmill with your phone? Dad's girlfriend. Have you done headstands before? Me? Nope. Just felt like I really wanted to do one and that I would be able to. I guess my inner strength allowed me to pull this off. Namaste. Yesterday I went to a busy intersection in the city and put up a sign saying "Free hugs for atheists." Thousands of atheists came up for a hug. Most of them admitted they haven't felt the touch of another human for years. One even broke down in tears and said, "Thank you, this is all I needed to give up my life of atheism, crime, and drug abuse. Tomorrow I will go to church and rededicate my life to God." Atheists don't need scientific evidence or irrefutable facts to give up atheism. All they need is some love and kindness. Damn, I can't believe every atheist in the world is a drug-abusing evildoer. Restaurants hate this one trick. I save a fortune by always carrying a portable mobile signal jammer with me. I go out for a meal, ask for the bill, and when it comes, I turn on the jammer. This stops their PDQ working, meaning they can't take payment with cards. After about 20 minutes, they give up and it's a freebie. I feel like in real life, they'd probably keep you there and assume that it's a problem with your card. I don't know. They would not just let you get away with that. And then all the customers clapped. This morning I was asked if I wanted oat milk in my coffee. I informed the girl behind the counter that it's not physically possible to milk an oat and immediately left the coffee shop. I will never return. Is this supposed to make you look badass? I don't get it. What was he thinking making this tweet like, "Oh, I'm gonna look like such a badass," like instead of I could have just asked for actual milk, but I had to be a little at it and walk out? Eric Trump's totally real and not at all made up morning routine. Eric Trump. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning every single morning. I say the Pledge of Allegiance to my 5-year-old and my 3-year-old, and then I say the Lord's Prayer, then I say 2 other family prayers. That's how I live a clean, positive life. No one gives and also that sounds like a creepy ass household. Kids folding laundry and chatting. 13-year-old. Why are the pyramids in Egypt? 10-year-old. Because they are too big for the British to steal. All 3 cackle loudly. My parenting work is done. Total mic drop moment. Standing in my favorite taco joint watching World Cup highlights on TV waiting for my food. Older white dude decked out in camo and a Browning hat. To me. Soccer or football? I say hockey and we have a good laugh. Then drop the bomb on him. Nah, it's football. Americans would try and steal a sport and name it something else. Gives me the racist stare of disappointment. I grab my food and dip. Mic drop. Hate when it happens. Bro, I wore this to school and so many people were complimenting my ass, it was awkward. I am still getting ass compliments. Okay. A woman in the elevator just complimented me on my hair, and then I complimented her on her shoes. When we got to our floor, my 5-year-old whispers, "Are you friends? Why are you saying nice things to each other?" And then straight out of a scene from a movie, the woman reopens the elevator door and says, "Because we're women, and honestly, honey, it's our job to hold each other up. Damn straight, mommy owl." Man, I'm so jealous of women. They get to, like, be nice to each other. Me and men, I mean, we just say f*** you and beat the shit out of each other. I mean, it's fun sometimes, but Dilbert creator meets the mechanical elves. Here's weird story I promise is true, okay? Yesterday I had an almost hallucinogenic experience of communicating with the creators or the simulation. I spoke with them out loud for about 30 minutes and could feel a presence, but I was skeptical. I offered them a challenge. What? Me. I'm not very hungry, I just want something easy. Server. Maybe the chicken strips for $6? Me. Maybe it does, but that doesn't help with my hunger. Random dad across the restaurant. Good one. My entire class when CPS came in and said, "Hannah, we need to talk to you," and I just looked at them and said, "Bro, I'm about to win this game. Can y'all wait 5 minutes to ruin my life?" Potato historian. Was walking across Nottingham earlier and came across this potato van. I said to the woman, Robin Hood, if he was a real person at all, would have been alive between 1330 and 1380, yet the potato didn't reach Nottingham until at least 1586. I told her she knew nothing about potatoes and I made her cry. Even if this was real, why would you post that online? You just make yourself look like an asshole. They let you sleep for 7 hours in a classroom? Wild. I passed out once in history class and woke up at 5 p.m. History was at 8 a.m. They let me sleep in a goddamn classroom. Maybe because the teachers are scared of me, but yeah, I gotta go before I die inside. Yeah, you're claiming they let you sleep in a classroom until 5 p.m. when school's like done and out. They just locked you in the building. They left you there. Shep's excited he was watching the same thing as me. I really thought he was watching cartoons, not the news, lol. 5 years old, likes to know current events. Go figure, lol. I sent this prank puzzle to my grandpa who loves Trump and he finally started it today. Is this your idea of a joke? Yeah, lol. You aren't welcome here for Christmas. Your grandpa is furious. You're telling me you didn't realize that wasn't Trump when the skin wasn't orange? My Beatles-obsessed daughter decided to mark today's anniversary of George Harrison's death by trying to summon him to the school music room. It's a Catholic school and they phoned me in horror to tell me. I may never stop laughing. When I was 10, I gave my school lunch to a kid who couldn't afford food for a month. Just 1 month. 20 years later, I got into med school and couldn't afford tuition. He reached out to offer lending me his savings because you helped the trash collector's son. Happy Thanksgiving 2022. A guy saw me changing my tire today and came over, grabbed everything, and finished changing it. After he was done, I said, "Thank you." He replied, "A lady should know how to change a tire, but a lady shouldn't have to change a tire. That's what being a gentleman means." Right. Y'all, I just got pulled over while listening to We Don't Talk About Bruno, and the cop was twirling her hips and humming Dolores' part of the song while writing me a speeding ticket, and she was like, "You know what was the main character Maribel Power? 'Cause it sure in hell wasn't singing ha." Sticks tongue out making a silly face as she laughed at her own joke. Me, Mercy laughing, hoping she spares me. Her tells me her favorite character is the girl who can hear everything, Dolores. Rips ticket out book and hands it to me and tells me, "It's just a warning, but don't let it happen again and drive safe and happy holidays." So how did the cop knew what you were listening to when they pulled you over? My kid is so smart, guys. How do I make sure he fits in with the stupid kids? My kid knows the alphabet in English, Spanish, Russian, and I'm pretty sure Chinese. He taught himself all of everything but English. I don't know what else to do with him. To help encouraging him, he was not qualified for pre-K and has a birthday that he won't be able to attend school until September. He knows addition, subtractions, multiplication, division we're working on. Negative numbers. He knows everything a kindergartner and further should know. We don't want to excel him because we find it important he's with his peers, but I'm confused? It's our first and only child. The current time of posting, he's 4. Bull. True story, I went to Walmart today for cat treats. They were out of human food. As I stood in line, some lady made a smart-ass remark to me for coming to the store just for cat treats. I told the lady I had to fatten up my cats before I eat them because all you assholes are hoarding the food. Her little girl started crying. I didn't even feel bad. Next time, mind your business. And then everyone clapped. My friend said, I want to manifest an artistic boyfriend. I'm like, cool, set the intention. Within the next few days, she's walking past a random guy. He stops her and says, are you looking for me? She's like, who are you? He said, I go to the art college down the street. Bruh, why do people believe this shit? The amount of people that texted me telling me Wednesday is like watching a camera crew follow me around all day. I started it. I see what you mean. I keep finding random food on my front porch. Tonight, it was a jar of peanut butter. Femoid grandma and Chad grandson. My grandmother now calls me Chad. She's honestly the only femoid who I respect. I showed her Chad memes, told her about insulism, told her about how Chad's and the 20/80 rule. Now she goes, how's my Chad doing? Because she knows I want to be a Chad. When I helped her open a jar, she said, it's nice to have such a strong young man in the house. You're a real Chad. I actually felt so validated there. What? Got ready for school today and realized I accidentally dressed like Ayano Koji. Just shows how similar we are. I'm literally him, a manipulative badass that can and will control you. Okay, first off, you just accidentally wore the exact same thing a fictional character wears, something that real people don't wear. And two, why would you label yourself as a manipulative badass that can control people? That isn't something you want to flex, I don't think. On a Facebook dinosaur group, no child can say that. Hell, most adults can't either. My daughter is almost 2 and just woke up and said, Pachycephalosaurus, maybe. Proud mom moment. Yeah, no way. I couldn't say it. I saw one of these pageants going on in the center of a local Florida mall one day. My 4-year-old daughter was with me and she whispered, thank you for not making me do that, mommy. She was born wise. Fucking rocket is too fucking heavy. My 2-year-old son, after his toy rocket failed to reach orbit. I mean, I would die laughing if I heard a 2-year-old say fucking rocket is too fucking heavy. Didn't peak in high school. Older DJ here. I was DJing my 25th high school reunion. The class president came up and said, you really need to play insert indie BS here. It's new, it will get the crowd going. So I mixed it in and the crowd stopped and stared. I got on the mic and said, ladies and gentlemen, this is a request from your class president. Show some respect. They booed him. I swapped the song and got the floor jumping again. I looked over at him and said, some of us didn't peak in high school. He walked away salty AF. It blows my mind people look at you weird for dressing nice. Don't let the cover fool you. I will beat your ass in this suit, then kick you in your teeth for getting blood on it. Just told this dude, I'm sorry I don't wear pajama pants in public, but if you want me to skull in Walmart, look at me and smirk one more time. Thought this MF was gonna cry. I hate this area. I've been out of the dating game so long I'm not sure what works anymore. My own revenge against my last ex was to destroy his love for his favorite band. Like, all he talked about was this band. He followed them across the country to see them, had gear signed from all the members. He lived, breathed, and would have died for this band. So naturally, when we broke up, I took the VIP meet and greet tickets that I bought and went to the show. Then I told the band I wanted revenge against my ex, and they were all too happy to oblige in my little scheme. Took some naughty Polaroids with the band and mailed them to my ex. Ran into my ex about 5 years later. He told me he threw everything out, photos included, and that he's never listened to their music since he opened my little surprise. Told him it served him right for treating me like dirt. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. So you did all this with a band. You just casually asked the band, hey, would you mind taking time out of your very, 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 very busy schedule to take naughty Polaroids with me? This is stupid. It has 400 upvotes. Get out of here. I'm a burly 6'6" dude and know this well, though in my age and my chronic lower back pain, my stride has slowed quite a bit, but still I come off as an imposing mountain. One time I was walking home alone in the wee hours of the morning. A girlfriend texted me, be careful. I texted back, of what? She said, there could be bad people out there. Just as she wrote that, I looked up and there were about 4 street rats heading my way, probably between 15 to 18. Hoods up, shoving each other around, looking like they were up to no good, and I was in a rough neighborhood. They looked up, spotted me, then ran across the road. I texted back, babe, I think I'm the bad people. That is cringe. Because it's fairly normal for a kid to speak that way. Took the kids to the movies today to watch a Disney cartoon called Strange World. Within 10 minutes of the movie, my 10-year-old son said, "Dad, I have no desire to watch this movie. Can we leave?" We left. The leaders at Disney have forgotten who the paying customer is. You paid. You are the paying. Your kid did not. Your 10-year-old did not pay for the movie. Shut up.